AI has opened the doors to allow anyone to actually make a small fortune using AI. What I'm going to do is, instead of showing you 10 different ways of you can actually use AI for, I suppose, helping you make money online, what I'm going to do is show you one of the ways that I'm going to use it right now to not actually make money, but actually save myself money each month. So to set the scene, I suppose here, I pay roughly €20 per month to Calendly, and this is pretty much my booking app. And for whatever reason, I don't know why I didn't decide to do this earlier on, Calendly makes around 350 million a year in annual revenue. Now, I'm not saying you're going to create Calendly and go off and sell it. However, there is an opportunity here to kind of create something similar and maybe make it a bit more bespoke, be a bit more niche specific. But even if you don't do that, this is straight away saving me the cost of my cloud membership once this is built out. Again, if you're interested in learning all the information and prompts and stuff that I do in this, I cover all this inside the AI Marketing Hub. Inside the classroom, I'll have all the prompts broken down into how I made this, how I do it, and pretty much everything that you need for this. So I've opened up Antigravity Cloud Code here over in Antigravity, and what I've done here is pretty much given it a setting the scene here. So we're using Fable 5. If you're not familiar, Fable 5 is still extended now. We have this, I think, till the 12th of July. So now I would recommend to make sure to use it and get the most out of it. Pretty much one prompted. Now, you will need to give it a bit more information in terms of what you do, what you're actually wanting. All I want to do is get something that I can actually show right now, have it in such a way that people can see exactly how quickly this is to make. If you're sitting there and you're thinking to yourself, oh my God, look, I'm no good at this. I'm not any good at coding. I am no good at coding. End of story. I have no idea how to code. Everything here is done through Claude. Everything like this is built out. One of the things I absolutely love about this is the fact that you can build these, I suppose, apps, products, whatever for yourself. And once they're built, then you have the opportunity to kind of either one, sell it, or two, use it yourself. If you can use it yourself, this is going to be game changer, because now you can obviously look at all your, I suppose, paid services that you have and see, is there things out there that you can actually look at using, redoing, trying. Maybe you can cut the cost for yourself. For me, it's Calendly, as I said, pretty much that €20 a month. And the problem is, as I said, it doesn't really do a massive amount other than connect to when people want to book a call, send an email. That's it. There's nothing major to do here. I already use the likes of the free tools using Google to do some of the parts of it. So obviously to run the call and stuff like that. So look, now I'm quickly going to go in. You can see here, this was pretty much live. I didn't really do anything other than input the prompt. Probably 2-3 minutes in total. So done, your booking app is built, tested, and working. Server 1 file, 0 dependencies. So all we want to do now, we'll have to add obviously your Stripe secret key. Again, I'm not doing this in this, but you can see how quickly this is already starting to work for us. Public URL so members can reach it. So at the moment, we're just running a local. And so open it in my browser. So again, this should just open up in my last browser that I was active on. Skip then is the email notifications. Where are we gone? Email Stripe emails the payment receipt. Again, that's perfect. So you can see here we have a very, very simple, I suppose, product up and running. Now, for here we have the option consultation call, free 15-minute calls. We have all the times. We have, again, consultation call. We can pick a day. So let's pick Wednesday. We have our times. If we have a free 15-minute slot, obviously it breaks it down because I have allocated the time allowed for this. So as you can see, I've only originally said we're only open for, where is it, up here, from 10 a.m. to 12 a.m. and we're going to have also from 2 to 4. So obviously I've said somewhere there's going to be roughly an hour sessions, or obviously the 15-minute sessions, which is here. Some people are probably looking at this thinking, right, that's no good. It's not going to do its job. Next question here is, I suppose, one, make sure the back end is all sorted first and make sure everything is working, connected right, because if it's not connected and all working operational, then there is no point in making it fancy looking. So the next question here is, what are the main things needed? Okay, so my plan here is that when someone signs up to this and they pay, what happens is they go through the Stripe processing as normal. From there, then they get an email saying thanks for this. We need some sort of automation set up here that is going to connect to our Gmail account. This is going to allow us then to send them an email basically saying thanks for the payment, here's the booking link, or here's the link. Or can we just maintain that this is sent through the receipt as part of Stripe's payment process? Also, if this is the case, we can do that, that's perfect. If it's the case is not, what's the best way to get this set up before we dive into actually making it a fancy looking. So as you can see, I pretty much just asked to do a bit of here, a bit more information on what we can actually do and how we can make sure that this is all automated more. As I said, to get this live, it is pretty much just hosted on a URL. You can host it on your own website if you wanted it. If you have a website, just put it up on a page. From there, it's sitting there. It's pretty much ready to go. You can use these through Vercel, Netafly is a Netafly or something like that. Again, the same thing. You have the ability now to really build out these very quickly. They serve a purpose, and as I said, they're saving you what, €20 or $20 a month per user, and it's just streamlining the entire business. As I said, I don't see why more people are not doing it. I suppose this side of things, especially for your own business. So what Stripe already does, again, so in Stripe we can set the settings, emails, customer emails, and tick the successful payments, get the receipt email, and because I put the booking details in Stripe, line item name, the receipt already reads consultation call, so it's a thank you. Where it falls short is no custom link, free calls, getting nothing. Right. So if you need either of those, so what we're going to do is we're not going to do it. We're going to ask it what's needed. So, okay, so what's needed to get the Gmail connection set up here? So we know when someone makes a payment through Stripe, it's confirmed. They then get an email automation sent to them from our Google account. This is going to tell them, thanks very much for the payment. Here's the link for the free call, the booking link for the actual meeting. We also want to make sure that the Google Meet is created for this person as well. So we're left with the proper link for the actual meeting, and it's pretty much good to go from there for that time slot. You're going to also fill out my calendar on Google is going to be needed as well. So just give me the exact plan of how you would do this. You don't need to actually do this right now. So as you can see, as you're building these out, you kind of go back and forth a little bit to kind of get a clearer understanding of what you need, what you don't need. Once you can do this, then you can start, as I said, tweaking what it looks like. But as I said, for the time being, we're ignoring the look for the time being. With the look, obviously, just leave it as is. But we want to make sure that everything is working, because at the end of the day, that's the key thing, because we want automation, we want processes done. We don't want to have to come in here and manually send out an email, because that just defeats the whole purpose. So as you can see here, here's the plan. The good news first is Google's API does 3 of the 4 requirements, again, in a perfect call. This is perfect. So everything is going to be generated for us. Similar enough to what Stripe does. Books a call, it schedules it into our calendar. We're going to be doing the same thing. So go to your Google Console Cloud, make sure it's all set up. We have a client ID set up here, one-time token grab. Again, this is perfect. I've done this, I think, already for Google Search Console stuff, again, which is easy. Wired into the server. So again, this is just building it out into our side. Google's APIs are plain REST like the Stripe code. Call calendar is on your calendar with the slots start end and the customer's attendee, again perfect. Call Gmail, sends the mail, again perfect, because obviously I'm using Google Workspace, so it's going to come from whatever at zenhedgermarketing.com. So again, it's not just from Wayne at gmail.com. Again, I always recommend to get your official emails like that. So what it needs from me is pretty much the Google account. As I said, this is it. So as I said, right, this is the easy part. It is pretty much just connecting Google. I'm not doing that for this example. I want to show how you can get to it. So I'm going to ask you to make the app a bit more polished looking. Okay, so we're going to put that on hold for a minute. What we're going to do is revert back to the actual app itself. And we're going to try and make it a bit more, I suppose, polished looking, a bit more professional looking. So can you structure it a bit tidier, make it a bit more engaging, and maybe add like instead of it being a black and blues, maybe keep it a lighter colors, almost like it's a card floating on the background to an extent with shadows. Yeah, to pretty much just make it a bit more professional looking and cleaner looking. Maybe give a brief description of when they click consultation call, what's covered. Again, you can just add the information here, and the free call, do something similar. When you click that, it gives a bit more information to do it. So again, we done that. Send it on its way and see how it goes. So as I said, I popped this in, told it to pretty much go off and make it 100% better, 100 times better. So what it's done in a few minutes, it worked away, it worked its magic, but came back with this. And as you can see straight away, this is still the same thing, same problem we're having, still looks very boring. This happens sometimes with AI. You need to just pretty much it does it all, but forgets maybe the most simplest and obvious task. Again, I'm not a coder, so I haven't a clue. And all I done here is I said, okay, it looks like it's still the same design. Nothing really has changed. So there's something wrong here, something missed. And you can see down here, that's my fault. It's the old server process, blah, blah, blah. So I said, came along, redone it again. And as soon as it redone, lo and behold, we have this. So now we have send header marketing, book a call, choose a call that suits you, pick the time that works. Consultation call, again, you get what it covers. Free call breaks it down to a little bit more of what actually it covers. Now you can start to feel like it's more connected to like an actual proper booking app, booking platform. And I think this is what most people still don't realize with AI, and probably assume that this is what you get the first time and this is all you have to stick with. So now we have this where you can then book a free call or book a call. Let's say we're going to go with Friday the 10th of July. We can pick the time. We can then input our information into this. Payments are handled securely by Stripe. You will receive a confirmation of your time slot. So what happens, Stripe in the back end will work, will send it all, confirm it. Once it's confirmed, our system then will kick in and send an email through our own email account to the person, and we're done. Pretty much what we're saving is this €20 or $20 a month. You have the option, I suppose, to eventually, if you wanted to package this and sell it yourself, you might be able to do this now using AI, reducing the overall cost. Sometimes what happens in a lot of these booking platforms is they overcomplicate it. They try and provide too many bells and whistles on it, whereas that's not needed. However, you can use AI to potentially upgrade it a little bit more and see what else can be done. So that is everything here in it. And what I'm going to do now is just get it to, okay, this is brilliant. What I want you to do now is generate a guide for me that my community members can help them build this out. So this should include pretty much the idea, the tool stack, the connection points and what's needed, and just a general overview of how this will work between a person booking, payments, emails sent out, and how it's going to be hosted, for example. So again, just create that for me. So what it's going to do is just create an entire map of this entire build now. Again, it's going to be inside the community. It's going to be inside the Build Lab. If you're interested in learning more about that, definitely look at join free 7-day trial. Build your own AI employee. After 7 days, you have a 30 days then to kind of really fine tune exactly how your own AI hire is going to do it work for you and help you build. And if that's not your thing, like I said, I'd cover a lot of videos like this of building new and different things. The idea here is to help business owners reduce costs, improve their overall what they're able to produce, and work quality and things like that. So leaving it there. Thanks very much for watching, and I hope everyone has a great day.